What if I told you the world we live in isn't as post-colonial as we like to think? We picture colonialism as dusty ships and old maps, something safely boxed in the past. But step into a cafe in Nairobi, order a coffee, and check the label. Grown in Kenya, roasted in London. Profits banked far from the soil it came from. That is not coincidence. It is a thread that stretches back centuries. Colonialism didn't vanish when the flags changed. It reshaped itself, burrowing into the systems we take for granted. Today, let's trace that thread through stories of real people, exposing how it still pulls the string of our world. Ready? Let's begin. Meet Amani, a farmer in South Sudan, straddling an invisible line near Uganda. One morning, he grazes his cattle a few steps too far. Suddenly, soldiers are on him, demanding papers. That line, drawn in 1894 by a British officer who never met Amani's Dinka people, splitting their lives across two nations. This isn't ancient history, it is his reality. Colonial powers etched borders across Africa and beyond, with no regard for the communities they cut through. Consider Rwanda. Belgium's obsession with Hutu and Tutsi labels fueled a divide that erupted in 1994's genocide. Or take Iraq. Britain and France's 1916 Sykes-Picot deal ignored ethnic realities, planting seeds for today's chaos. These lines aren't just on maps, they are fault lines that still fracture lives. That fracturing doesn't stop at borders. It seeps into something as everyday as words. Picture Priya, a bright teenager in rural India, dreaming of a courtroom career. Her village school teaches in Hindi, but the legal world runs on English. Her family sacrifices for tutors, yet she is still outpaced by urban kids fluent from birth. This is colonialism's lingering voice. Britain didn't just loot India's wealth. They left a language that gatekeeps power. It is the same in Senegal, where French unlocks opportunity while Wolof stays on the sidelines. Research from Kenya shows students taught in English outscore others, not because they are sharper, but because the system still bows to the colonizer's rules. It is a quiet hierarchy, baked into how we speak and succeed. Language shapes opportunity, but money tells an even starker tale. Let's meet Jose, a coffee farmer in Guatemala. His beans are world class, yet he barely scrapes by. He sells them raw to a European firm that roasts, brands, and pockets the real profit 10 times his cut. This isn't bad luck, it is design. Colonialism built an economy where resources, rubber from Malaysia, cobalt from Congo, flow out, and wealth flows back to the same old capitals. Independence promised a reset, but the Congo's kids still mine tech's lifeblood, while global firms thrive. International trade, often steered by former colonial powers through bodies like the IMF, locks this pattern in place. It is not a relic. It is a machine that keeps spinning. And that machine doesn't just take wealth. It rewires how we see ourselves. Imagine Lila in Jamaica, flipping through Instagram. Every ad whispers, lighter skin wins. That is no accident. Colonialism didn't stop at land, it planted a myth of European superiority. Laila's grandmother once shared tales of African griots, but her classroom drilled Shakespeare. In the Philippines, Spanish surnames and American textbooks overshadow local roots. India's universities, 80% of their courses lean west, while ancient systems like Ayurveda gather dust. This isn't just culture slipping away. It is a subtle erosion of identity, a mental echo that keeps people tethered to a colonial lens. So where does this leave us? Colonialism isn't a chapter closed. It lives in Amani's divided fields, Priya's uphill climb, Jose's empty pockets, and Laila's warped mirror. It is a story still unfolding, woven into the fabric of our world. Next time you sip that coffee or scroll your feed, ask, what is the hidden cost? I'd love to hear your take. What echoes do you see around you? Let's dig deeper together.